Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. It is summertime right now and I'm super excited, so I'm about to get a bunch more books, but I wanted to show you my book collection before I did so, and right now I'm just kind of being crazy. So please stay tuned if you want to find out my favorite books and just all my books that I have right now in all. So, thank you again. Bye! Okay, so these first three books are all books from my school. The first one is Hatchet by Gary Paulsen. And it's basically about this boy who gets stranded on an island because his plane crashes when he's trying to find his dad. So he's stranded on this island or this area of land, and all he has is a hatchet and a jacket, and he basically has to learn his own survival and do everything. And that was my impersonation of a hatchet. So yeah, and I got this book for $6.99 as I'm showing you right now. It was a pretty good book, and I liked it. The next book that I had to read for my school is Number the Stars by Lewis Lowry, and it's basically about the Nazis and this 10-year-old girl, I'm pretty sure, who has to go live with her friend because she's Jewish and the Nazis would take her away, and basically she has to go somewhere on this adventure, and yeah, it was $5.99 as I just showed you. And it's kind of hard to explain, but it was basically about the Nazis and the Jews and everything. It was a pretty good book, and I liked it. And my mom actually read it after me, so it was kind of funny. Now I'm just showing you the book. So yeah. The next book, I don't know why I just did that. Anyways, the next book that I read was The Girl Who Owned a City, and I just read this actually recently. It's by O.T. Nelson. And it's about this 12-year-old girl who basically owns a city because all the people over 12 died by this plague or disease. And so it's basically her story of how her and her younger brother survived with no adults in the world and had to do everything on their own. And I got it at a secondhand store, so the price isn't on there. But yeah. Over 20 million copies, I think is what it said. Anyways, it was a good book, and I really suggest it. It was actually pretty good. So yeah, definitely go check out that book, because I just threw it. So the next book that I am trying to find is The Hunger Games, and it's by Suzanne Collins. My experience with the Hunger Games book wasn't that good. And there are three books, like I just said, but anyways, it wasn't that good. It was an okay book, but I could never read it till the end. Personally, I liked the movies better. The books just never really fit with me. And even the movies, I liked them, they were pretty good, but they weren't my favorite movie, and it's just not really my type of genre, I guess is what you call it. So yeah, but it's basically about these 12 districts, and they're owned by this capital, and they have to choose a boy and a girl to go fight in this arena, and it's basically a big game that's on television, and they're basically just controlling them. But again, like I'm showing you, I didn't really like it, but you might definitely. It's very popular, so yeah. The next two is a book series, kind of. They're not really linked at all. The first one is Protector's Honor by Kit Wilkinson. And it's about this NCIS agent, Rory Farrell, who basically saves a woman from being abducted and then falls in love with her, but then realizes she's linked to a murder investigation that he's doing, and she needs him to protect her, but he needs to try and find out the truth and interrogate her, but he doesn't want to hurt her, blah blah blah. It's kind of like a romance or love-inspired suspense. So yeah, as I showed you, I told you again, love-inspired suspense. And Agent to the Rescue, I don't know why I pointed that out. But yeah, it was a really good book, and this was, oh, and I found a bookmark in the book. I thought that was kind of amusing, but yeah. The next book is called Sabotage by Kit Wilkinson, and it is a love-inspired suspense book again. And it's basically about this girl who, is basically suspected of a bunch of things, and someone is trying to hurt her and her stables, and she doesn't really have anyone to trust, but then she meets this guy and she thinks she can trust him, and starts falling in love with him, but then all of a sudden this big event happens, which really is a very, scary event kind of thing, and it was a pretty good book. I liked the first one better, but yeah, and I have one more book to show you apparently. It is Dewey, and I'm trying to see if I actually showed you the author, Vicky Myron, whatever. It's about a small town librarian cat who touched the world. It was an okay book. It was kind of dragged out, I guess. It never really got to the point of the book, but I think it was a true story. I'm not really sure though. So that's all the books that I have for you today. Please stay tuned for part 2 on my channel. I'm super excited, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And there's my bookmark. So yeah, bye guys. Stay tuned for part 2. Hi guys, and welcome to part 2 of my book collection. And yeah, so let's just get started. Okay, so I'm kind of freaking out right now because these are my favorite books and I totally love them. And I actually kind of freaked out. So yeah, they are the Summerhill Secret books, and they are 1 and 2. They're by Beverly Lewis, and yeah, it's a 2-part series, and each part has 5 books in each one. So it has like 5 different little books, and there's a horn going off outside. Don't really know what that is. So yeah, okay, sorry, there was a horn outside. But anyways, yeah, these books were $12.99, and it's basically about this 15-year-old girl who solves mysteries in her hometown of Pennsylvania with the Amish, her Amish friends, and I'm dancing. So yeah, then in book 2, it's the same storyline. Again, Beverly Lewis, Summerhill Secrets, book 2. This also has 5 books in it, and again, it's about this girl, Mary, and she basically solves all these mysteries, and and she's 15 years old, so it has her romance in there, and she can't decide between these 2 boys, and there's a mystery woman in her neighborhood who's like really creepy, and there's just a bunch of plots within it. I would recommend reading these 2 books in order, and I'm being really crazy right now, just because like the romance part of it and the love story kind of follows through both ones. But yeah, I'm pretty much obsessed with those books. They're kind of my favorite books ever, and I just dropped them. So yeah, the next book is The Vow, and this is a really amazing book. It's by Kim and Cricket Carpenter, with the Dana Wilkerson or whatever that says. But it's basically about this guy and this girl, as I just showed you, and they fall in love and they get married and everything, and then they're in this car crash, and there's a movie about this as well, but anyways, they're in this car crash, and she pretty much loses all her memory of him. She is in the hospital in a coma, and when she wakes up, she has no idea that she ever married him. She has no idea who he is or anything like that. So he has to basically fall back in love with her, and she has to fall back in love with him. That's what he's trying to make her do, is love him again. And these are some pictures from the book of like the car crash and her in the hospital and stuff. And there's more pictures in it, but you have to get the book to find out. It was a sad book, but it was a really good book. So yeah, and they basically try and fall back in love. But the ending, I do have to warn you, the ending is really bad, sadly. But anyways, well, it's not bad, it's just like weird and doesn't tell enough. Anyways, this next book is Heaven is for Real, and yeah, it's by Todd Burpo and someone else I forgot to show you. But it's about this 4-year-old little boy who goes to the hospital because he has an appendix burst, and it's basically when he's in the hospital, he actually goes up to heaven and like discovers about heaven and like sees his sister, who he never knew he had a sister, and basically like tells his mom and dad and kind of shocks them. And it was a really good book, and I want to see the movie, but I haven't yet. That was me telling you that I want to see the movie. Oh, and The Vow, the book before it, also had a movie that I saw, and that movie was super good, but the ending, again, was awful. It just left so much to be desired, but the books are really good, and I haven't seen Heaven is for Real movie, so yeah, now I am Oh, this is a book that I got at the library, so I'm trying not to show you that, but it's called I Tell You I Love You, but then I'd have to kill you. And this is a really good book. It's basically about this girl, Cami Morgan, and she goes to this spy school, and she falls in love with this, sorry, I'm dancing, or this boy comes up to her, and like they fall in love, blah blah blah, but she can't tell him who she really is, because she's a spy and no one's supposed to know, and it's by Ally Carter, again, like I said. And so it's basically her trying to have a romanced life, but like he can't know anything about her. So I haven't finished it actually yet, and I got it at the library, and it's part of a series which I would totally recommend. So yeah, and then there's this book, Karen Kingsbury, 1,000 Tomorrows and Just Beyond the Clouds. It's a double book, and they were pretty decent books. I'm not going to really go into detail about it, but yeah, they were alright books. They weren't my favorite. Anyways, they were $15, but the author, Karen Kingsbury, is a really, really, really good author, and she also wrote a book called Unlocked, which I would also recommend. My mom actually has that, and this is me trying to tell you that the author is really good, but this isn't her best book. So that's me saying you should look up the author, because if you do, you'll see scrolls and scrolls of books, because she's written a lot of books. I'm a really bad actor. And now I'm going to show you some of my favorite books that I just mentioned. So my first top favorite is the Summerhill Secrets, because I'm obsessed with these books and I'm getting so excited right now. As you can tell, that was my first favorite. Now my second favorite book series, or I guess it's not really a book series, I guess it's my author, I don't know. Protector's Honor and Sabotage by Kit Wilkinson. I love her, and she actually came to my school, if I didn't mention that. But yeah, love those two books. Now my third favorite, that was a weird face, but it is the book I'd Tell You I Love You, but then I'd Have to Kill You. It is super amazing, and I got it at the library, and I'm obsessed with it, and you should definitely go check it out, because it's like amazing. So, thank you for watching. That was really weird. That looks like something, I don't know, a bow. Anyways, thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. Oh, and comment your favorite book. I'm trying to tell you right now. You. There. Love you. And yeah, comment your favorite book. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe for more videos like it. So yeah, please comment your favorite book so I can read it. Again, thank you again, and bye. Love you.